I had seen some reports that Azira might have gotten a Ugandan call-up, but he's here today. Did he receive a call-up, or did he turn it down, or what was
Yeah,
it?
he talked to them. He felt the call-up came a little bit late in terms of notification, so he felt better about staying here. That was his decision, talking to their federation.
Any clarification?
Because we have to respect the call-up, obviously, but we never got any direct communication
Okay.
from them, but he was in communication with them.
Okay.
Any clarification on Cooper this week?
That's a Garth question. I don't know where that sits right now. It's still in the same limbo state it was.
Any injury update on either Mears or Ozzy?
Both of them trained, went through the whole training today. They're both doing some extra work right now with Dave. They feel pretty good. So we wanted to push them today. Then we'll see how they are tomorrow, and that'll give us a determination for both of them for the weekend.
For sure. And you've talked a little bit in the past about how it's sort of a relief to have a game to break up the bye week. Now that we're here, I mean, can you kind of sense that the guys are ready to get back out there?
Yeah, players would always rather play than practice. That makes a big difference, and obviously it's an opportunity as well to get some guys some minutes who haven't gotten a lot of first-team minutes at this stage as well.
What are you expecting tomorrow for the friendly?
It's going to be a good test for us. Obviously to get a chance to see again how a team from that part of the world plays in terms of Mexican teams and even Central American teams, a little more similar, a little different. So it's a good thing to put in the back of our heads as we approach Champions League in August. It's also a good thing because we get to test some guys under the fire of that kind of competition. So we'll know who can step up, because you got to start rotating your team when you're playing games there in Champions League and MLS. So it's good for that, But also the S2 game on the weekend was great. I mean, how much better was that than a reserve team game? Just for the guys, from the atmosphere, from the effort that's got to put in, the meaningfulness of the game. I think that was great. There was a lot of guys that grew up in that game.
Anybody in particular that stood out to you from the S2 game?
No, it was just a team effort. It was just everybody together and different people stepping up at different times. And obviously it was good for Damian Lowe and for Jimmy Ockford to get 90 minutes back there as a central defensive pair. We're the ones who held the minutes a little bit on Fisher, because we knew we were going to play him tomorrow night as well. It was good to see Remick get 90 minutes. Roldan, we held his minutes as well because he's going to play a lot of minutes tomorrow night. But that whole group, good to see Victor Mansaray get 90 minutes and really put in a really good shift, really good work rate and so forth. And, along with the other guys, the Cravens and the Rossies and those guys. And Sam Garza had a great impact coming off the bench.
Sure.
With tomorrow being a friendly, do you expect to get a lot of guys in there and get a lot of kind of looks from a lot of different?
Yeah, because obviously we still have a game against Dallas on Saturday. We want to make sure we're ready for that. We're missing a couple of people, with Dempsey and Papa. So we've got to be prepared for that as well. We don't want to obviously push Tyrone or Alonso in this game on Tuesday. So Marshall's got a little bit of a thing as well where he was much, much better today. And, if the Dallas game was tomorrow, he'd be able to play. But we're going to hold him out a little bit as well. So it gives us a chance to play those other guys.
What sort of team are they bringing?
It's going to be a mix, I'm sure. So on their list, there's a lot of their first-team guys, that are coming up for them. They've played pretty similar lineup the last 2 weeks against Veracruz and against Cruz Azul, and so they're going to bring a mix. But they've got some guys, their central midfielders called into the Mexican national team. Garza's called into the U.S. national team, so they're missing a couple of guys that way. A couple of guys got called into the youth team, so those guys will be missing as well. So it'll be a mix, pretty much like ours, but there'll be first-team guys out there for sure.
With the two call-ups, with Dempsey going and with Marco going, and now with Evans, used to be in your midfield mix back. Are you getting mighty thin? I mean, do you have the pieces that you're confident in to slide forward in Dallas?
Yeah, we got players who can play. So it's their opportunity to step forward, and it's their opportunity to play at this point. So we feel confident, even with Ozzy's situation right now and so forth, we still feel we're confident in the depth of our team.
Coach, for games at Starfire, usually on the other side of the field, what were your thoughts on sitting in the stands and kind of the atmosphere for a second team?
It was good. I was right next to the announcer, so I heard everything very clearly. Whenever he was announcing lineups and goals and things like that. So no, it was nice. It's enjoyable to be a fan. I don't get a chance to do that often enough, and it's some of the things that you realize. You can show up early and you can, sit down. You can have a beer and pizza and enjoy the ambiance and sit up there. So it was great. It was great to see. I got to be a little quiet because if people around me hear me say certain things, they might think, oh, I wonder if he's going to tell that to Ezra afterwards. But I thought it was a great moment for Ezra. I wanted it to be his moment. I didn't want to be in his locker room. Obviously, after the game, I went in there and I talked to some of the guys in the locker room, talked to Ezra and congratulated them. But, I thought they did a great job coming up. It was a tough opponent, defending league champions, so it was good.